would choose to live with their parents at 36 years old? Your mommy doing all your things for you, that's a turnoff to me.
This week on Married at First Sight, the newlyweds navigated their first few days of married life, including some tense moments. The episode began with all of the couples waking up together for the first time as husband and wife. Things mostly went smoothly, though Michelle had some more questions about David living with his parents.
Do you think it's hard to date people while you're living at home with your parents? Because I'm thinking, I don't know someone in their
30s.
high 30s,
I'm that guy. Who's
living with
about.
their parents. To me, that's
a red flag.
Not attractive. But I hope that's not your plan for the rest of it.
Oh no, it definitely is not the plan of my rest of life. I could have moved out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Then everyone got the chance to sit down with our new spouse's family. And there was one thing that Madison's dad said that took Alan a little by surprise.
I think it's super important before you guys decide to be intimate at all that you get tested.
Am I right?
You are.
A little bit,
yeah. It's hot in here.
Well, it's not every time.
A little bit red.
Your wife's dad. No, I actually, number one, I haven't really been sexually active for a while. I was with the same person for 4 years, but because I want to show her that she could trust me, I think 3 weeks ago was when I went in. So.
Fantastic.
And when Alan asked about Madison's usual type, her sister was straightforward.
Would I have a chance with her just walking down the street?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No chance. But physically, she does have a type. Pretty boy. And so I think you're a complete opposite of that.
Okay.
So initially, my initial reaction was oh my gosh. But then when you started talking, your personality was completely won me over.
When Nkechi met MM's friends, he talked to them about his last relationship, which was an engagement.
I'll be honest, I'm the person that sabotaged the relationship.
How so?
What does that mean?
Being 25 and not knowing yourself, but then telling someone that you're in love with them, it was a growth process that I was not ready for. And in the process, I hurt someone, It was a mutual decision to not be married. Didn't hurt any less.
Her friends asked what he learned from that experience, and he said this.
I learned to listen. When people tell me things, I believe them. It's if you tell me, oh, I'm crazy, and you're like, nah, you're not crazy, then the crazy comes out, and you be like, wow, she wasn't lying.
MM asked Nkechi's friends why he's still single, and they suggested that he's a little picky.
My husband always says Ike is looking for a unicorn. He's looking for something that's totally different. And I think he's looking for perfection. And perfection doesn't exist, in my opinion.
Yeah.
She asked Nkechi about it afterward, and he reassured her about what he's looking for.
Lego pieces come in different shapes, sizes, and colors.
Yes, they do.
But they still fit together.
Yes, they do.
No matter the shape, no matter the size, they still fit together. And I'm just really trying to find somebody that fits, and I fit them.
When Michelle met David's family, they stressed that he's 100% in, but she's a little more cautious.
I feel I've got a couple of hesitations, so I'm worried about that.
Meaning, are you not 100% in?
I just think
Are you skeptical?
I'm overwhelmed.
Okay.
He's still a stranger to me.
Right now, it's
he's so easygoing.
Yeah.
I think if David's fully committed, which he is, and if she's just giving halfway, not her authentic self, and if she does break his heart, it does concern me.
David talked to Michelle's family about the same topic.
She has mentioned to me that I am moving a little too fast for her.
Yeah, you might honestly be a little too pushy for her. Pump the brakes.
Yeah, and she stated that was one of her.
Yeah.
She guards.
She's just it's you need to tell her something, and then she needs to take
process
it in
that's
and
what she was saying.
analyze it, and then be oh, okay, this is good. We can work through this.
When they met back up afterward, they discussed her feeling overwhelmed and how we can take things slow. And then Michelle revealed the emotional moment that she had at their wedding.
Didn't want everyone to see me cry, so I went to the bathroom for a little bit, but I just lost it.
This is news to my ears. I thought you were all
I
happy
was
go
trying
lucky.
very hard because I'm a people pleaser that I didn't want to ruin the moment.
Well, I definitely didn't notice, and I do apologize, but at the same time.
I kept it under wraps.
And
you're I'm all in, I no hesitations, no flags, and I'm oh my God, I just bawled my eyes out 10 times tonight, freaking out.
The living at home topic came up again, and Michelle admitted she's hung up on it.
I do see the small things, so I don't want you to think that just because I'm hung up on the living at home, like I don't recognize all the other things. Like I want to like start like a life with you. Like you're saying the right things. I think now it's like on me whether like how I deal with it.
Then the couples headed to Cancun for their honeymoon. They all met up on the bus ride to the airport. And Michelle was surprised just how much PDA was happening.
I'm legit thinking, did they meet their spouses before this moment? Like, how is everyone so at ease? Some of them were even like hugging, like touching each other, and like seemed like so into each other. I'm like, what? Like, I'm still processing even I got married.
Once they landed, they talked to the hotel about their connections, some of which are pretty strong.
We like just had this chemistry right off the bat that was undeniable. And I never believed in like love at first sight or like just really being infatuated with anybody right off the bat. But this process is starting to change my mind because the biggest thing for me is like I struggle with vulnerability and I already feel safe around you. And like that's like step one.
Compliment.
So, yeah.
Some opened up about their anxieties about being single and then suddenly getting married, including Madison.
Like that's what's like caused more anxiety for me of like sitting in my like own thoughts of like, holy, okay, like this is real, like this is what we're going into, and like it is just a lot.
Hearing that Madison's having anxiety over this marriage, it kind of puts me in a little like, whoa, okay, I was not getting that vibe at all.
That night, David slept on the couch instead of with Michelle. And the following morning, they clashed again over him living at home.
I don't want to keep harping on it, but like, who would choose to live with their parents at 36 years old?
I don't see them like you think I see them.
Like, are you motivated to get out of your parents' place? Are you motivated to like do things on your own? Like your mommy doing all your like things for you? Like that's a turnoff to me. Like I want someone who like is independent and like does their own thing, and I'm not getting that vibe from you.
I know how to cook, I know how to clean. I've lived with a woman before, so I am ready to get out of it. Like when I say I choose to.
I won't ever understand that because in my mind I would never make that choice.
Meanwhile, Ikechi and MM traded stories about their past engagements, and Ikechi revealed where he went wrong in his.
There was infidelity and there was mistrust on my part. That was 12 years ago. I did someone wrong, and I never want to ever do anybody wrong like that again.
I have had the tendency to ignore red flags in relationships, but I do honestly believe people can grow. And I think that, 12, 13 years ago, I'm sure he's not the same man he was then.
Later at dinner, Madison and Alan had a heart-to-heart about the anxiety she's been feeling, and it seems like they left things off in a good place.
I feel like we already have this like trust. Like this is the most vulnerable like I've ever been in my whole life. Like this whole journey, marrying a complete stranger, like it's a lot, and like I appreciate you being as like communicative and vulnerable and like supportive.
But as the teaser for next week revealed, there is definitely more trouble brewing in paradise, especially for David and Michelle.
I'm feeling smothered. Like back off a little bit.
You want your mother space, I'll give it to you.
I don't even know if I want to try.